I'm not as I'm more senior than either Bill or Ken, so I don't rely on memory. I wrote it down.
How do you know you're more senior than we are?
I know it.
She has the data.
I'm the data manager in the Human Resource Office. So I'm going to start with this one. This was the first poem that got me in this track, and so I'm very attached to it. It's called In Thy Presence. In Thy presence I free fall.
Louder.
In Thy presence I free fall and land softly in the folds of Thy grace. In Thy presence the drop of Thy glory rushes to merge in the ocean of Thy glory. In Thy presence my individuality disappears. Nothing exists, nothing matters. I'm free like the wind, free to enjoy the freedom of being. In Thy presence there's just Thou and I merge in Thy bliss, Thou alone remain resplendent in Thy glory, Lord of silence, beyond thought, beyond speech, beyond the intellect, beyond the mind. Thou art, Thou alone art, one without a second, self-effulgent, ineffable, self-contained. From Thy silence fullness emerges, our fullness. We are Thy silence made manifest. Lord of creation, Thou art the source of life, the source of light, of wisdom, and of peace. Lord of being, we adore Thee, we worship Thee, we bow down to Thee again and again. Deep within.
Louder, please.
Deep within. Maybe you can give me the microphone because I tend to kind of fade. You can talk to the mic. What? So what do I do?
This is covering up.
Oh, okay. Deep within. Deep within, I step into a temple of silence, inner silence. From the structureless structure, silence flows in all directions. From the depth of the self-contained silence emerge all streams of silence. Silence at the junction point of night and the first light of dawn. Silence of a winter morning. Silence of a summer night, when the final song of the last bird stops abruptly and throws me into a silence so deep I could almost drown in it. Silence of a holy place where inner and outer noise subside in the glory of the divine, the all-encompassing silence of being. Deep within there's a column of light extending from the depth of being into infinity, omnidirectional, pure, free, infinitely big and infinitely small. Since being is everywhere, there is no distance between here and here, and this light is everywhere, dispelling all shadows, all negativity, all boundaries. From this light flow all lights, the light of the rising sun, the light of love, the light of enlightenment, the glow of being, being becoming. Deep within there is a bottomless ocean of bliss which endlessly flows within itself, whole, self-contained, pure, free. From this ocean emerge all streams of love and devotion, of ecstasy, wholeness, unity, touching everything and everyone, but the ocean endlessly flows within itself, remaining forever untouched. Deep within, God is here, waiting for us. Your thousand faces. I beheld your thousand faces in a drop of water, in the last withered leaf falling gently on earth, in the first blade of grass in the spring, in the silence of a winter morning, in the billion snowflakes whirling wildly in a blizzard, in the silence of a summer night. I beheld your oneness in the silence of being. In a grain of sand. In a grain of sand I see all the deserts, all the mountains, all the seashores and Mother Earth. In a drop of water I behold all the rains, all the snows, all the oceans and the seas. In a blade of grass I embrace all the prairies, all the fields, all the gardens and the lawns. In the slow chimes of the town clock which ushers in a new day, I slip in an ocean of timelessness and behold the dawn of a new age where your glory shines on earth as it does in heaven. In the light which reflects off the wings of a bird in flight, I see you luminous, resplendent, full of light. Memory. In every grain of creation, infinity is present. Eternity flows through our segmented perception of time. Deep within every banyan seed resides the memory of 1,000 trees, tall and strong. Deep within me, deep within you, lies an immense ocean of silence, where the divine and I are one. From this oneness emerges fullness, your fullness, my fullness, forever immersed in that ocean of being, that ocean of oneness. Inner silence. When inner silence swoops down upon me, nothing is left but you, all-inclusive, primordial, full of light, the one and all, the one in all. There's only you. You came, you went, you came, you went. And then one day you came to stay. There's only you, no one but you. You are the sky, you are the plants, you are the wind, you are the sun, the moon, the stars, the universe. You're all there is, you're all that was, and all that will be, and all that will forever be, and you are me. There's only you, no one but you. One being. The birds sing high in the sky. The wind whistles in the trees. I sing to you and you sing through me. The rivers flow to the sea. I flow to you and you flow in me. You, I, we. One being, infinite, eternal. Oneness, glorified, sanctified. One being. Timeless time, spaceless place. Holy time, sacred space. Junction point of silence and dynamism. Holy time, sacred space. Infinity collapsing and point emerging. Holiness, sacredness. Timeless time, spaceless space. In eternity and in time, in eternity and in time, in space and infinity, I am present. In the silence of the dawn and in the roaring of the sea, I'm present. In times of feast and in times of famine, in the sun and in the clouds, in light and in darkness, I'm present. In those who have come to me in their hearts, and in those who are wrapped up in their individuality, I'm present. In those who search for me deep within, and in those who seek me far and wide, I'm present. In those who fast and pray, and in those who celebrate me in songs and dances, I'm present. In those who are sunk in a well of silence, and in those who are caught up in inner and outer noise, I'm present. When the world rises up as one to sing my glory, and when individuals cut themselves off from each other and from me, I'm present. In the sun and in the moon, in the stars and in the galaxies, in every human being, I'm present. Shri Guru.